Everything Browns Nation, good afternoon, 12 o'clock on the dot, trying to be on time for this Sunday afternoon football, 1 o'clock p.m., no prime time, so that means we get to go to bed on time, on schedule. How are you doing? Let me know in the comments. We are streaming on both platforms. I've reached into my pockets and tried to make this happen. So leave your comments. Let me know how you're doing on YouTube, Facebook. How's your morning? How's your evening? Let's have some fun. It ain't evening yet, but it'll be evening eventually whenever you see this video. Let's have some fun. We take on the Ravens today. Now, we've been going through a lot this week as Browns fans early in this season. I don't know how you're feeling. Are you panicking? Let me know. I don't know. Are you off the cliff? Have you jumped? Have you took that jump? Or are you like relaxed like Aaron Rodgers said? Let me know in the comments. We're going to have some fun today. But we're going to start off with, let's see. We fell short a little bit last week to the Rams. Are we over it? Are we still thinking about it a little bit? Or have we moved on? Are we going next to the next game? It's over. Let's go. On to the next. On to the Ravens, as Bill Belichick would say. Are we moving on to that? Rob on Facebook, how you doing? Laura BP, Jamie, Chris Lyons, Clyde, and over on YouTube, Latina in the building, George and Clyde. Let's go. Now, the Rams game still hurts me a little bit. It still hurts my heart. I know it's over. Let it go, Corey. Let it go. It still hurts because it's a game we could have won. Now we're at 1-2, going to Baltimore in a game we really, really need. We had that game in the bag, down multiple people. The defense did its job. The offense faltered, as we all know by now. James says secondary injuries are concerning. Clyde says I haven't jumped yet. Laura says me either. Let me know how you're doing. I'm trying to work multiple things here, multiple comments, trying to get everything going. And that didn't work. That was terrible. Let's try this again. So, if you can hear the sound effects, let me know. If not, I don't know what's going on. But let's get it going. Are you concerned? I'm not there yet. We're going to get there if you're concerned or not. Are you jumping off a cliff? I'm not yet, but the offense has me concerned. The defense showed what it can do. James says Lamar Jackson gets sacked twice by Miles in the first quarter. And Michael says just let Baker run the ball. And Susie says good morning, Corey. It's over. Let's move on. Orange and brown. So Susie says the Rams game is over. She's done with it. We took the L. It's time to move on to Lamar Jackson and the high-flying Ravens. Now, hey, they played the Dolphins. We understand. They had a bye week in week 1. Let's just be honest. They had a bye week. That game shouldn't even count. And then they beat Arizona and they lost to Kansas City. So we're going to see what we can do against this team. Jamie says to relax. It's okay. It is okay. Over to my YouTube family. Looking at the comments. Aaron says, what's up, Corey? George says Brown should have kept Greg Williams and just let Kitchens do his thing. Let's go on to it. Let's get to that. What do you think about Freddie and the play calling? Should he give it up? I made a video on it. Some people may have seen it on YouTube. If not, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Everything Browns Native. Whoa, what was that? Everything Browns Nation would greatly appreciate it. Should Freddie give up the play calling? Because that's what a lot of people were talking about. Freddie said it's not even been a discussion. It hasn't been brought up, so it's not happening. But do you think he should give up the play calling? Let me know in the comments over the Facebook. Marine from Florida. Chris says take the reins off Baker and let him be dangerous. Let him be dangerous, you say. Baker's been dangerous, all right. Not on the field, but he's been dangerous. Baker Mayfield's been dangerous. He's been on social media, and we're going to get into that here in a little bit. But do you think Freddie should give up play calling? Let me know in the comments. Should he give it up, or do you think Freddie is going to get on track today, starting with Baltimore? Is he going to unleash? Because the vaulted Baltimore defense, now I know when you think Baltimore, you think defense, you think stout, you think Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, Ed Reed, CJ Mosley, who's no longer there, now with the Jets. You think stout defense of performance when you think Baltimore Ravens. That's what you think. So Freddie, hey, man, this Baltimore defense, they're tough. What are we going to do against them? Well, the defense has stout against the pass. Hasn't been that stout. Kyler Murray, he threw all over that defense in a 23-17 loss. Kyler Murray had a field day, 349 yards. Two of his receivers went over 100 yards receiving. And Patrick Mahomes does what Patrick Mahomes do. I'm not going to fault them for that. Patrick Mahomes is going to throw on anybody. But Kyler Murray can do it. I'm sure Baker Mayfield can do it. So is Freddie going to unleash Baker? As my good friend said on Facebook, let him be dangerous. Laura said yes, he should. And James said, I'd like to see what Monken can do. Okay. I think he should just head coach. That's just me. I know it's a little early. I could be jumping off the rails a little bit. Corey, calm down. It's 3 games. What's your sample size? Let them go a little longer. And you're probably right. But I think he should just coach. Just coach. Rookie head coach, making some mistakes. Lead the league in penalties. Every time we make a big play, I look for a flag. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking for a flag. We get a first down, I'm looking for the little yellow graphic on the screen. I'm panicking. When we stop somebody on third down on defense, I'm looking for the little yellow graphic on the screen. I'm panicking. I don't know about you guys. The discipline's not there. I say just focus on coaching. Let your offensive coordinator do it. But Freddie doesn't agree with me. He would tell me to shut up. I got this. And we're going to see today, because this is a big game. I think you should let him do it. But what do I know? Jeff says, hey there, Corey. How you doing, Jeff? Chris said, I'd like to run more routes that take 25 yards to develop. Well, you may get that today. And Rob says maybe D should call the plays instead of Freddie. We will see. We will see. I'm trying to do both here. Looking at the comments on Facebook. Cheryl says, yes, Freddie needs to stick to coaching. And Rick says, I say leave it as it is. Freddie, and then the comment wants to leave, really. Just add in some plays that they ran last year. And Aaron says, no, he shouldn't. I'm not boarding that train yet. So we have some saying, hey, calm down, Corey. Relax. Don't board the train of leaving Freddie calling plays. It's too early. I can see that side of it. And some are saying, hey, let's see what somebody else can do. I mean, we're in a mixed bag here in Browns Nation, because outside the nation, they're laughing. They're yucking it up. They're having fun at our expense. And we knew this was going to happen if we started off slow. But let's be honest with ourselves. When you look at this schedule, it was going to go one or two ways. Either we came out blazing fast and we beat it our chest, like, yeah, I told you, or we had this result, and now we have games like this that are really big time, and games that hopefully we win, that we need to win. Jeff says, I flew in from Cali to watch us beat the Rams. Kitchen really passed on 1st and goal at the 5-4 plays. Really? And run on 4th and 9, really? I said it when I made the video. I think a 10-year-old would have ran the ball on 4th and goal. Now, I know it's over. I get it. But I'm just saying. Nick freaking Chubb should have got the ball at least one time. At least. Hey, fake it to him. Look at him. Do something. Audible 2-4. I don't know. Say his number. Something. The same formation 4 times. You got to do better than that. But that's just me on the eye test. Maybe he sees something I didn't. But after the game, he said he should have ran Nick Chubb at least once. But he admitted his mistake. So I guess I can live with that. Rick said, I'm surprised we don't get flagged on the coin toss. The refs hated us since Bottlegate. If we get flagged on the coin toss, I will lose my mind. I love the comment. I appreciate everybody watching on YouTube and everybody watching on Facebook. I dig them in my pockets to try to get us on both platforms, trying to man both comment sections. I'm trying to do what I can do here. I appreciate all the love. Rob says, good chance we start 1-5 and then win out. A 10-game win streak is hard in the NFL. But I'm going to hop around here. You can see on the left, that's just a diagram of how the show may be. But you guys really drive the show. I will hop around and talk what you want to talk about. So we're going to hop into it since you talked about it. We're off to a 1-2 start. How shocked, surprised are you at this 1-2 start? Are you like, hey, I could see this coming? No big deal. 1-5, run 10 off, 11-5, just how I planned it? Or are you like, I expected better? We have weapons. We should be at least 2-1. We should be 3-0. Are you one of them fans that said 16-0 Super Bowl? I hope not. But how do you feel about this 1-2 start? George says you need to hire an assistant. Hey, man. If I had money like that, I would. But I'm trying to do my thing, George. I appreciate you watching. You've been on YouTube, Facebook, the whole nine. I appreciate everything. But I love you for it. I appreciate it. I don't know if you guys can hear the sound effects, but I don't think it's working today. We're going to have to work on that, and we will see. But I think the Tennessee game hurt. That game right there really, really hurt. And the reason why I say that is because look at them now. Tennessee hasn't been doing anything. Absolutely nothing. They lost to Jacksonville with their backup quarterback. They lost to the Colts with, in theory, as their backup quarterback, and they steamrolled us on opening day. Now, that's the game I think that hurt this early in the season. I say that, hey, we should be 2-1 because of the meltdown against Jacksonville. That's the game that I think blew it. Not Jacksonville, Tennessee, I'm sorry. Tennessee. That's the game that blew it for me. I don't know why. What happened? Maybe Tennessee just said this is our Super Bowl and we're going to beat down the Browns and then we don't care. But that's the game to me that hurt. I think we should be 2-1 at this point. 2-1. The Rams, you can lose to them. That's fine. The Jets, we should have beat. But Tennessee, I don't know. I really don't know. Junior says penalties. Frederick says going to work. Go Browns. Dog check from Baltimore. John says 2 minds are better than one. Like to see Kitchens and Monken get together. Go Browns. And Frederick says going to... Oh, I said that already. And Kyle says, yeah, no big deal. Thought we'd be 2-1. Same here. 2-1 would have been fine. 1-2 is not ideal, but we'll have to live with it. We'll have to deal with it. Can't cry over spilt milk now, but this game is big. It's big time. 1 o'clock. Lamar Jackson has not lost in the regular season at Baltimore. He is undefeated at home. That is something to look for, something to look at. The defense has to step up this game because that man can run the football. Let's make him throw this pigskin, as they like to call it, all over the field today. That's what I want to see. Make him throw the ball. Make him throw it. In the pocket. They say he's the better passer. Let me see it. That's what I want to see. You can talk about it. Do it. That's what I want to see. Rick says we'll be 2-2 after the day. He also said we killed ourselves against Tennessee with 18 penalties. And George said you could pay me in swag. Hello. Oh, man, my guy George. Gotta love him. But other than football, our guy, our leader, the leader of men, Baker Mayfield is who I'm talking about, if you don't know. He's been really talked about in the media this week. How do you guys feel about it? How do you feel about Baker Mayfield and the media? Everybody's been going at him. Rex Ryan's been going at him. Marcus Spears was going at him. Marcus Spears said Daniel Jones was better than Rex Ryan. After one freaking game, Daniel Jones is better than Rex Ryan. I mean, Baker Mayfield. He is better than Rex Ryan, but better than Baker Mayfield. Are you kidding me? That's fine. Okay. Prisoner of the moment. But Rex Ryan called Baker Mayfield overrated as hell. And you know, now I don't know why everybody's shocked. Okay. There's some people who is shocked, who are just, oh my God, come on, Baker. Just focus on. Listen, I understand what you're saying, but you have to know who he is. This is Baker Mayfield. This is what he does. He's going to respond. He has said it 1,000 times. I'm not going to change the way I am. And I guess some people just didn't believe it. They thought maybe he was making it up, was joking, but he's not going to change. Now, hey, you might not have to like it. That's fine. But being shocked is what why are people shocked? I knew he was going to respond. The man just called him overrated as hell. Do you think he was just going to be like, oh, okay, cool? And of course, Rex Ryan's going to respond. Now, I understand the point. We need to focus on football. This is distracting. But this is what fuels Baker Mayfield to me. This is what makes him tick. He needs something to make him go. Why? I don't know. But this is how he's built. I think it may help him this game. Everybody's talking about him. He's even going at it with AB. Now, Antonio Brown was an innocent bystander in all this, but he threw shots at him too. How do you feel about Baker Mayfield and the media and social media? Some people are like, oh my God, how could you? I'm not shocked. This is what he is. Kyler says he's young and will continue until he don't care what others think and cares to share to the media. Derek says I could care less, just want him to play better. Jeff says Baltimore is for real. This will be a good challenge for us to overcome. Defense needs to be there. Brandon says they need to run the ball. Nick freaking Chubb. That should be his new name. Nick freaking Chubb. I've said it from day one. I have no problem with Baker Mayfield. This is what he does. This is his personality. Love it or hate it, this is our franchise quarterback. He is going to pick fights or answer people in social media. He's going to respond. He's not going to say no comment. That's just not what he is. He likes playing with a chip on his shoulder. A big chip. A huge one. And right now, Rex Ryan is the biggest chip that there is And I think he's going to play with that chip today. And I hope I'm right. Aaron says, what's up, Corey? And George says, Baker needs to settle down and just play some smash mouth football. I think he's going to answer today. Everybody's been calling him out. From Marcus Spears to Stephen A. Smith to Rex Ryan. Everybody's been calling the man out. And he hasn't played well. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, Baker has been the greatest No. Second in interceptions behind Matt Ryan, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But he's second in the league in interceptions. That's not good. He's seeing ghosts. He's running outside the pocket sometimes when he doesn't need to run. Now, the line is not the greatest. He has to play better. He really does. Which gets me into this. I've already went into it. Are you worried about Baker Mayfield? This slow start. Is this his sophomore slump year? The thing I don't understand, and let me know in the comments, let me know. Hey, he's played 16 games now, I believe. 16 games. 16 whole games as an NFL quarterback. 16. That's it. That's it. He didn't sit behind anybody. He sat behind Tyrod Taylor for 2 games, 2.5, and that was it. That was it. 16 games. He's not going to be a perfect, polished product. I think that's what some people forget. He came out hot as fire. Woo! Yeah, Baker Mayfield, the greatest thing ever. He has a couple bad games. I'm not saying you guys, but a lot of people, oh my God, he sucks. What? He's overrated. Okay. No. 16 games. 16 games. Now, if he played in the 90s, this wouldn't even be a conversation because there's no social media. Nobody would care. They would just say this is growing pains. He'll get better. He just has to learn. But now, instant gratification is the key. Yes, he has to play better. But are you worried about Baker Mayfield? I'm not worried about Baker Mayfield, but he has to play better. They have film on him now. He's down weapons, what a lot of people in the mainstream are not talking about. Higgins, who I think he has the most chemistry with, has been out since the first possession of the Tennessee game. And who is out tonight? Antonio Callaway, suspended. David Njoku, ouchie, with the wrist. That's 3 targets right there. Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry didn't even play in the preseason. Still got to get chemistry with them. So yes, he's going to struggle a little bit. Traded our best lineman for Olivier Vernon. Our line's not that great. So it sounds like I'm making excuses for Baker, but it's just the cold hard truth. It's just the truth. He's only played 16 games. I think he will get it together. We just have to let the process go. But I understand the expectations was pumping throughout the off season. We got Odell and we were like, yeah, we got some fans getting tattoos on the legs. We're going to the Super Bowl. All right. Okay. I understand it. I ain't getting no tattoo in no Super Bowl. I'm not going to do it. I understand we've been losing forever. I am tired of the losing. I just want to win. I understand that too. But the man's played 16 games. I'm not ready to say he's overrated like Rex Ryan just for clickbait. I'm not going to say Daniel Jones is better than Baker Mayfield like Marcus Spears after 1 freaking game. Now, I will say I was wrong about Daniel Jones. He's better than I thought. But I'm not going to say all that. Let's let the man play. Let's let the man play. But he has to calm down. Just because your line isn't the greatest, when they give you a pocket. Now, I'm not. Listen, I'm not a quarterback, so don't have me up here being like, hey, Corey, you never. I get it. But if the pocket is there, step up into it, make the throw. Don't run into Aaron Donald. That's the worst thing you can do. We don't want to run into Mr. Aaron Donald. We want to stay away from Mr. Aaron Donald. That's the key. That is the key. If there is no pressure, don't run into pressure. Don't make pressure, because there's going to be pressure. Let's not make up pressure that isn't there. That's the only thing that I would say about Baker. I'll be like, hey, we need to stop all that. But other than that, these are growing pains that I kind of expected, especially when you're missing weapons in the first place. Traded Duke Johnson, Kareem Hunt suspended, but nobody's talking about that because that's not the cool thing to talk about. The cool thing to talk about is that if we lose this game, we're 1-3 and the ceiling is going to fall. It's going to be raining whatever you want it to rain when it's panic time. And we better be ready for it because it's going to come. If we lose this game, everybody's going to come out the woodwork. But I want to appreciate everybody for watching. This is Everything Browns Nation. I'm trying to man everything all at once. So let me see here. Let me go over to YouTube really quick. Rick says Hulu has sports. I like that. Aaron says let the action speak for himself and win. Let's talk more wins. Rick says you break the all-time TD record and they call him overrated ? You should get some tattoos like the 6'9" guy on your face. Listen, man. I ain't snitching on nobody, George. I ain't snitching on nobody. All right? No. My guy, George. Let me go to Facebook here. So he says he needs Browns backers behind him. Worry about the field, not the media. Julie says yes. Frederick says I trust him, Baker, all the way. Gregory says, is this live stream of the game? No, just the pre-show. If I did the game, they would shut me down so quick it wouldn't be funny. Just the pregame, probably going to about 12:55, just to give people a chance to run around, get to the game, get to their favorite spot, their favorite, if you have any superstitions, to get to that spot, get whatever, So probably going to run to about that time today since we play till 1 o'clock. Roger says you always have concerns for your QB seeing ghosts. I do agree with that. Don't run into pressure. And Derek says, nope, I think it's predominantly play calling. If they would establish the run with Nick freaking Chubb, I think it will open up a lot more options. Call pass plays to get the ball out quicker. When Haley was OC, he struggled because Haley wanted to go deep every play. And Sherrill says, yes, I'm not confident in Baker right now. And Angel says, let's go Browns. Go get him, Baker. And Kendrick said people started jumping off week 1. I didn't, but some people did. They wanted everybody gone. Everybody. I was like, good Lord, people. Good Lord. It's one game. Aaron says, even if we lose today, we will be okay. We're about halfway through YouTube, Facebook. I appreciate the love. I appreciate everybody. We've talked about Cleveland, LA, Baker and the media, Freddie and the play calling. It was kind of split. Are you worried about Baker? A lot of people are not. I'm not worried about Baker, but I am worried about these injuries. These injuries are starting to get to me a little bit. I don't have a tab there, but these injuries are starting to get to me. Let me know how you feel about these injuries. Now, he's my guy. He's an Ohio State brethren, but Denzel Ward is starting to really, really bother me with these injuries. Really. Hamstring, concussions. Let me know if you're worried about Denzel Ward and his injuries. Greedy Williams is injured. Let me know how you feel about that. I think we need to, I know it's next man up, but I'm worried about the injuries. I really am. Let me see what you're saying in the comments. I think the key to winning this game is to get Baker in rhythm early. But I think these injuries are really bothering me. Because this is year 2 of Denzel Ward, and he's been ouchy a lot. I understand against the Rams game, we came up, we were perfect, not perfect on defense, but we came together, we stopped a big-time offense at home, but now we're on the road, And that's something that's going to be different. I think we can step up. I think we could do it again. But that's something that I really, really am worried about. Because if he's injury prone, availability is the best ability. So let's see what we can do with that. And if I'm having mic issues, I do apologize for that. I can't fix it at this issue, but and Clyde said that was my main concern with Ward. You have to be healthy. It doesn't matter how good you are if you can't play. Exactly. If you can't play. LA says I'm extremely nervous. Kedrick says package Denzel and a deal for Jalen Ramsey, who wants to be traded. Hey, would you guys want that? Let me know in the comment section. Would you want Jalen Ramsey for Denzel Ward? Since it's brought up, would anybody want that? Jalen Ramsey for Denzel Ward? Would anybody want that? Let me know in the comments. Jalen Ramsey for Denzel Ward. Yes, no, maybe so. George says injuries can make or break a team season. Case in point, the Boston Red Sox several years ago. Julie says, but these guys are putting their bodies out there. I sometimes wonder if Baker got hit too hard in game 1. It's what they do. It's what they're paid for. But if you're not available, you're not helping. Let me know if you're concerned with these injuries. And would you take a Jalen Ramsey for a Denzel Ward? Yes, no, maybe so. I don't see nothing wrong with that. How about Jalen Ramsey and keep Denzel Ward? That's even better. But that's me being spoiled and wanting everybody. Steven says no. Ellie says no. Ramsey will want money now. Good point. He does want paid. He wants that cash. He wants that moolah. I think Kansas City is going after him hard. And if Kansas City gets him, woo! Lord. And Susie said these injuries may play a part of us losing games. Fans don't see that. I'm not all on Mayfield. Julie says maybe so. It's not all on Mayfield. It's not. It's not all on Baker Mayfield. But when you're the quarterback, when you're a franchise quarterback, there's really nothing that you can do but take the heat. Because when you win, go Baker. When you lose, you suck. That's how it works as a franchise quarterback. You win, you're great. You lose, you're trash. That's how it works. And like I said, I'm having mic issues. I do apologize. I really can't fix it on live right now, but I do apologize for that. Trying to get back to the comments on YouTube. And Aaron says dog check. Yeah, try to do the dog check, but for some reason it's not working. But that is okay. But let's get into this game. Let's get into Baltimore versus Cleveland. Get your predictions, your big dog in the comments. Who wins and why? Baltimore versus Cleveland. Who wins and why? 1 p.m. What's the biggest factor if Cleveland wins? What's the biggest factor if Cleveland loses this ball game? Who wins? Who loses? And what's the biggest reason why? And who's your big dog? Aaron says, no, I wouldn't want JR after the way he has been acting. And George says, replace the batteries in the dog check machine. It is solar powered. Maybe I should go outside and get some sun. Julie says, from day one with couch. Susie says, right, sad to me. Julie says, let those Ravens in their cage. Let's beat those Ravens in their cage. So who's your big dog? Who do you have winning this game? Let me know in the comment section. I will give you mine a little bit closer to the game. But I think the key to this game actually is not the running game, even though I say run Nick Chubb, run Nick Chubb. Rick says 27-24 dogs. DAWGS dogs. Steven says 27-13 run the damn ball. I actually think the passing game is going to be the key to this game from what I noted earlier. They have been lit up the past 2 games. Now, Patrick Mahomes lights up everybody. Should that count? I don't know. But it happened. Miami was a bye week, like I said earlier. It's just a bye week. But Kyler Murray, I'm not disrespecting Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray in Arizona lit up this secondary. David said, what up, Browns? 28-17. My big dog is Freddie Kitchens. So he's going with Coach Freddie. He's going with Freddie Kitchens as his big dog of the game. That might be one of the first times that a coach has been made big dog. I'll have to go back and think about it. But Freddie Kitchens, who's been under some fire, he has as his big dog of the game. Interesting pick. I like it. But back to the passing game. Kyler Murray lit up this defense. This vaunted Baltimore defense is not as vaunted as we think. Christian Kirk and Larry Fitzgerald. 114 yards for Christian Kirk and 104 yards for Larry Fitzgerald. Are you telling me that we can't do that to this defense? I know we've looked pretty bad. And Arizona's line is not the standard for offensive lines. It's just not. Their line's not great either. And they were able to throw for 349 yards on this defense. They lost by 6, but they were able to throw the ball. So on offense, yes, I love Nick Chubb, and we need to run Nick Chubb. But this secondary can be had. And like I said, Kansas City does it to everybody. I understand that. They do it to everybody. Jimmy says if Baker can go 70 plus completion percentage, 325 yards or more, and no picks, I like our chances. That's a good comment. He hasn't won a game without an interception this year. Every game he's thrown a pick. Last week, that was a last ditch effort pick, but still a pick. Against the Jets, trying to get the OBJ a pick. And then Tennessee, 3 picks in a row in the fourth quarter. George says, hopefully today Nick Chubb runs the ball like a freak of nature. But I think they could be had in this passing game. Of course I want him to run Nick Chubb. Obviously. Duh. I want some Nick freaking Chubb. But I think this is a game that Baker can get on track. I know. The Ravens, what? But their pass defense is not the greatest. Hence, Kyler Murray. Why are you dissing Kyler Murray? I'm not. But if Kyler can do it, Baker sure can do it. And I don't see why you don't unleash him and OBJ and Landry. Both of them can have good games tonight. Big games today, not tonight, 1 p.m. against Baltimore on CBS. LaCosta Loke says 28-14, Baltimore's gonna win. That sounds like a Baltimore fan, but what are they supposed to say? Are they supposed to say Cleveland's going to win? Hey, what are they supposed to say? Kedrick says Jarvis Landry is my big dog. He does another speech before this game, 31-24. And Mike says go Browns. So we got a lot of Browns saying Browns. We had a Ravens say go Ravens. And like I said, Baker has heard all the noise this week. Just think about it. He hears everything. Everything. And responds to almost everything as well. So you know he's out to prove a point. And the Ravens came out earlier this week. Earl Thomas said he was tired of hearing about the Browns and all their hype. They were tired of hearing about it. So this is going to be a good one. Rivals, Lamar Jackson, hey, he's been balling. The defense is going to have their hands full. But like I said, make him throw the ball in the pocket. Now, that's easier said than done because the man can move. But keep him in the pocket. I don't care about the number. Listen, make him throw it. You don't want him running it. Make him throw it in the pocket. Our defensive line is our strength. They want to run the ball. They want to keep possession of the ball. Make him throw it in the pocket. I don't care what he did against the Dolphins. Every game this week has been a bye week for that team. I wish we would have played them week 1. Every game so far has been a bye week for the opposing opponent against the Dolphins so far. So 5 touchdowns. That's fine. You got to throw the ball. But hey, let's see what he does against our defense. Week 1, our defense, Week 2, our defense looked great. Week 3, with all the injuries, they looked pretty good. And we're going to have the same issue today because Denzel is out, Greedy is out, Redwin is out, Morgan Burnett is out. And Avery is just a healthy scratch. Hollywood Higgins is out. I need him to get back as soon as possible. Rick says Earl Thomas is trying to steal the Titans' thunder. He also said KC wasn't throwing on him and he got lit up. I wasn't even going to say that. I wasn't even going to say that, Rick. You brought that up, not me. He said he was going to stop the Kansas City deep ball. And boy, they didn't. They did not stop anything as far as the Kansas City deep ball. But, like I said, who stops the Kansas City deep ball? Does anybody do it? I don't know. But they're tired of the Browns, so we'll see. But I think the passing game can be a big part. Freddie Kitchens, listen. He's heard it all, too. You don't think he's heard it? People calling for him. He's a rookie. I told you. This is what I was talking about. I even said, listen, man. Hey, give up play calling, dude. Now, I ain't nobody. We should have hired Mike McCarthy. Keep Greg Williams. I knew it. You don't think he's heard all this? So he's got something to prove, too. He's probably been in the lab the whole week coming up with some plays. Susie says, go Miles, take him down. Mike says, go Browns. Julie says, here we go, Brownies. Here we go, woof, woof. Freddie Kitchens probably been in the lab dialing up some plays as we speak. At least I hope so. Getting the ball out of Baker's hands. At least I hope so. So let me know who your big dog is today. Hopefully my sound effects are working next week, because this is annoying to me and I can't figure it out. But I do apologize for that. Usually the sound effects are here. People who've been here from day one know what I'm talking about. If you're new, hopefully it's here next week. But I do appreciate everybody for watching. And if my mic sounds a little terrible, I apologize for that too. It wasn't like that earlier, but it is what it is. I do apologize for that as well. But let me know, who's your big dog? Who's going to win and why? And are you nervous? LA said he's freaking nervous. I'm not going to lie. Listen, my Buckeyes handled business yesterday. I know this is a Brown show, but I had to get that out there. I was a little anxious for that game, not nervous like this one, but then they came out and just beat down Nebraska like they stole something. All right. So they got me hyped up. I'm good, ready to go. My Buckeyes did their thing. I know this is a Brown show, but I just wanted to get that out there. But this game has me nervous. I'm not going to lie. I try to keep it real as I can every time I'm in front of this camera, whether people like it or they don't. This game has me nervous for multiple reasons. One, I hate dealing with mobile quarterbacks. I just hate it. I'd rather you be like Tom Brady. You can't move. Your feet are like cement when it's dry. You're stationary. You ain't going nowhere. So when Miles gets to you, you're going down. That petrifies me. Lamar petrifies me. I'm just being honest. Number two, They got the better coach. Okay? Let's just be honest. Hopefully you can hear me through the distortion of my mic. Let's be honest. They have the better coach. If anybody in this chat right now thinks that Freddie Kitchens is a better coach than John Harbaugh, then hey, good for you. They have the better coach. They just do. It's a fact. A fact. That makes me nervous too. Number 3, they're at home. Hey, Lamar Jackson's undefeated at home. So all these things have me nervous for this game. Close game last year. It was a darn good game last year. That has me confident, but that's last year. Play calling was different last year. That has me very, very nervous about this game coming up. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I woke up, we're going to win. No nervousness at all. Go Browns. Woof, woof. We got this in the bag. No, I am super nervous about this game. Because if we win this game, oh boy, it could springboard us into some things, some good things, put some creep into Baltimore's head. Like, dang. All that hype they got beat by the Rams, killed by Tennessee, and they came into our home when everybody was calling them overrated and Baker sucks and Freddie needs to switch to play calling, and then they come up and beat us at our house. That will propel us going into San Francisco. But if we lose, we still have a chance to be okay. The season's not over. But let's be real. 1-3 going into Monday Night Football. I'm not too sold on San Francisco, but they are undefeated. That has to give you something. Another Monday night game, another week of everybody talking about whatever they want to talk about. Then we got a whole nother week to wait and a day. So yeah, this game has me nervous. I'm just being honest. Honest as I can be. This game has me nervous. I don't know who's going to show up. I don't know who's going to come. I don't know. Hopefully the defense shows up like it did last week. I don't know what offense is going to show up. Because since that first drive against Tennessee, let's be honest, it ain't look good. It ain't look good at all. And that's me just keeping it real. George says, have a good one. I'm out of here like a fat kid in a dodgeball match. All right, George, appreciate you, man. Thanks for watching. Cheryl says, yes, I'm very nervous. Hopefully the Browns calm me down today. And let me get over to Facebook. Earl says, Baker can't hold on to the ball too long. Chris says, we only lost one game last year to teams with an animal mascot. We've got that out of the way already, so let's go. Steven says, and then my comment went away. Yes, good job, phone. Steven says, the big dog, Garrett's the big dog, 2 sacks, 4 tackles, and a forced fumble. And Mike says, my big dog is number 6 Mayfield going off Browns 35-28. I like it. Big dog Myles Garrett, big dog Mayfield 35-28. I like the fact by Chris Lyons made too. I like that. I want to thank everybody who's watching on YouTube and Facebook. A couple things that if you're new, usually I have sound effects. For some reason, it's not working. Hopefully I fixed that. And another thing, if my mic is sounding kind of distorted, I apologize for that too. I'm going to have to get that fixed, but I'm just keeping it real with you. But hopefully I'm trying to man everything here. Comments on YouTube, Facebook, but it is what it is. And I am nervous. So I do appreciate you guys for checking it out with me. Hopefully you guys will do whatever you can for this team to win today. We got to do our part too. Okay, so if you got a shirt that you wear it. All right, if it stinks, so what? Just put it on. Wash it later. Febreze it. Do what you got to do. We have to do what we have to do to win as fans because, listen, we matter when it comes to this. If you don't think so, I don't know. Okay, we got to do what we got to do. Sit in your favorite couch, your favorite chair, drink your beverage, your food, whatever it is. We have to do what we have to do for this game because it's a big freaking game today. Because the Bengals or the Steelers, one of them is leaving the winless streak because they play each other Monday night. So one's going to be 1-3. We don't want to join those rankings. If the Ravens win, they're 3-1, 1-3, 1-3, 0-4. They're just sitting pretty. We don't want them sitting pretty. We want to be 2-2. Have them be 2-2. And then we're like, yeah. And we got to win on y'all at your place. That's what we want. That's what we need. Aaron says his big dog is Jarvis Juice Landry. Jarvis Juice is contagious Landry. He hasn't had a big game. I do like that pick very much. But Jarvis has not had a good game yet this year. He started off slow, just like this offense. He had a very good game against them the last game of the year. Had that nice touchdown pass where he was wide open down the seam. He could have walked in the end zone. Hopefully they took some of those plays they ran last year and said, hey, this stuff actually worked. Let's try it again. Chris says, unless they tie, LOL. Aha. Unless they tie. Chris, if they tie, this is all your fault. All right, Chris, all your fault because you brought it up. We had 2 ties last year. Did we have 2 ties last year? Well, I know we had a tie last year. Almost a tie against Tampa Bay. We don't need no more ties. Tied Pittsburgh, almost tied against Tampa Bay. We don't need that. No ties. Just wins. But this game definitely has me nervous. Aaron says Browns by 1. So Aaron has us in a heart attack game. He says Browns by 1. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get to my big dog. Like I said, I'm going to get out of here in about 3 minutes. Give you guys time to get to your favorite spot, your favorite place, whatever you guys do. And like I said, I will fix my issues that I'm having today next week because I hate it. Inside, you don't guys know how I'm feeling with these issues I'm having. Outside, I'm putting on a safe face. But inside, I'm losing my freaking mind. But that's okay. That's not what this is about. My big dog of the game is Odell Beckham Jr. OBJ. This is the second time I've went to the OBJ well for big dog of the game. When I look at numbers from Christian Kirk and Larry Fitzgerald, no disrespect for those guys. None at all. You made the NFL. Larry Fitzgerald is a Hall of Famer. First ballot as soon as he steps off the field and hangs it up. Christian Kirk, a nice young receiver. But if those two can put up over 100 yards on this secondary, I see no reason why OBJ can not do the same thing. We've seen what he can do with the ball in his hands. I think he has a big game today against that secondary. Like I said, 2 300-yard pass games. Kansas City, Arizona, Miami. Listen, that was a bye week, man. Of course they didn't do it. All right? I'm not counting that game. It is what it is. Right now, they're still figuring out things. But I'm going with OBJ for my big dog of the game. I'm looking for somewhere between 8 receptions for 132 yards and 1 touchdown. That's what I'm looking for out of OBJ. Now, last week, if you tuned in with me on YouTube, Toby says Browns 6 sacks today, 24-10. And Demetrius says we feel the same, bro. Appreciate you, Demetrius. Now, if you were with me on YouTube last week, I appreciate everybody on YouTube. I really do. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Everything Browns Nation link should be in the description, hopefully. I would appreciate that as well. If you were with me on YouTube last week, I said, I go by what I picked at the beginning of the season unless something changes my mind. Something has to change my mind for me to change my pick. So who wins today? I see a lot of people going, there's a lot of people on the Browns. Now, is that with your heart? Is that with your head? There was a Ravens fan that said the Ravens. Was that with his heart? Was that with his head? I don't know. But I didn't see us losing to Tennessee. I seen us beating the Jets. And I seen us losing to the Rams. So one of my games so far has went off my scheduled pick for this season. So is there anything to change my mind right now to change my pick? So I'm going to be honest with you. It's the one thing that I can say I can do in life that I do right. There's a lot of things I can do wrong. I messed up today. The mic don't sound right. The sound effects ain't working. You see how it's getting to me, but that's not what this is about right now. Is there anything that changed my pick? Because at the beginning of this season, I picked the Ravens to win this game. At home, I figured we split 1-1. We'll be 2-1 going into this game. Then we're 2-2. We go to the 49ers and we go from there. That's how I seen it. But the Browns messed it up by losing to Tennessee. They just messed it up. Josh said Jarvis is going to have a big day. No one expects it. Rick says I'm out. Go Browns. Dog check. Dog check. So, did anything change my mind? No. But I'm going with my heart on this pick, not my head. My heart is going with the Browns on this one, just for the fact that everybody's been talking about them. They suck, overrated, trash, change the play calling, boo-hoo this. You guys are bums. We knew it. I'm going with the Browns, not because of my head, but because of my heart. Don't break it, Browns, please. I'm going Browns 28-24. OBJ, big dog. Baker lets it rip. Freddie makes us happy. And at 4 o'clock, we have the win. I'm going with my heart. Hopefully, I'm right. And next week, we're 2-2 at this time. But if I'm wrong, oh boy, we'll see. I want to appreciate everybody for watching. I will see you guys next week. Hopefully everything is back to normal and I will have to investigate what the heck is going on, because I told you on the inside right now I'm going crazy. But I want to thank everybody for watching on YouTube, Facebook. If you watch this later on YouTube, my mic's just messed up for whatever reason. I don't know, but I'll fix it. Hopefully the sound effects will be back, and I will see y'all next week. Go Browns. Beat those Ravens. I'm Corey Boyd. Peace.